Hi, readers and friends. So, you were in charge of reading Voting for Her Rights yesterday and listening to me read it as well, so you can hear some of the words that you are unfamiliar with. When you were reading, you were then tasked with the job of determining the traits, the motivations, feelings, and actions of Susan B. Anthony. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to quickly go over how I figured out these different areas to tell about our main character. So, as I was thinking about Susan B. Anthony's traits, I could determine that she was determined, smart, and brave. Her motivations were to change things because she cared about women's rights. You could tell she was feeling mad and sad. And her actions were to lead other women to vote. She voted and then she got arrested. So, when I filled out this graphic organizer, I made sure that I went back into the text to find where I could answer these questions. So, when I am looking at the character traits of Susan B. Anthony, I said that she was determined, smart, and brave. Well, in paragraph 3, it says, "We will most likely be arrested and put on trial. But don't you see, we have to do it." That is very brave of someone to risk being arrested for what they believe in. So she was very brave in what she did. Also, it says in paragraph 7 that the worker looked at the group of determined women inside. Right there, it tells us that Susan B. Anthony and the women she was with were determined to get what they wanted, and that was the right to vote. So, here we have determined, smart, and brave. In the story is where I found those answers. Now we're going to look at what motivated and what motivations did Susan B. Anthony have? Well, when we looked at paragraph 3, again, we can see that it says we'll likely be arrested and put on trial, but don't you see, we have to do it. How else will we show how much we want our voting rights? So we know here that Susan B. Anthony wanted the right to vote, and that was her motivation to do all of the things that she did. When we look at what actions were taken, Susan B. Anthony, in paragraph 1, it says she stood up before a group of women who listened to her speak. We must vote. We must all vote. So there it's telling us that she was motivating women to vote. In paragraph 4, it tells us that Susan marched off the stage and led the women outside. Together, they went to a polling place. The next action they took was going to a polling place, and then they voted. 2 weeks later, they were arrested for placing their vote. So they marched and said they wanted to vote. They went off and went to a polling place. They then voted, and then they were arrested. One thing that helps us know how they were feeling is how else should we show how much we want our voting rights? You can tell that Susan B. Anthony is mad and she's sad at this moment because she's willing to be arrested for her rights as a woman to vote. So, we have all of these things that tell us about this wonderful character, Susan B. Anthony. Again, I say character, but this is a realistic fiction. Susan B. Anthony is a person, and in this story, we talk about all of the things that she did, her traits, her motivations, her feelings, and her actions. You are going to continue learning about character traits and how events change a character in a story. Have fun.